Okay, we are back. It is time to, once and for all, in theory, depending on how long it takes to do these last few cases, once and for all maybe, figure out what went on with this golden idol. I will run through what we did last time before we carry on. I'm not sure this is... I'm not convinced that this is fitting the screen perfectly. Hang on. Let me... There we go. That's more like it. So, without much further ado, because we've got to get through a recap, let's review what we learned last time. Oh. So, we had Albert Cloudsley, who pushed this unfortunate soul off a cliff because he thought that the guy was up to no good. Wasn't the case in the end. How do I get out of here? Can I just press... Is there a button that will just give me the... Just like the answer? Yeah, here we go. And then, while the Lord of Blackfield was out hunting, so this is all recap, his horse threw him off and he suffered a deadly wound to the head. Probably not related to the idol, that one. That was just an accident. Then we had this interesting case. Peter Batley wanted to get a bunch of money in his uncle's will. The uncle was the guy who fell off the horse. He did not, though. So he was very mad, and he tried to get his goons here to take the golden idol, and one of them got set on fire. That was good fun. And then we had this hot mess where someone was trying to steal something, but then there was a fight, and Willard got stabbed. So this was another person. This was the person who'd burned the other guy, then got stabbed. Then we had this whole poisoning thing, which took forever. We had some angry servants who were mad that they weren't getting treated properly, and this cunning character used a syringe and some poison, trying to kill Cloudsley, Edmund Cloudsley, who was our boss, but she botched it, and she accidentally poisoned Cloudsley's cousin, I want to say. So that didn't go according to plan. And then the last thing we saw, let's have a good look at this one, was these two guys getting blown up. The idol was used to trap this vase, and these guys got blown up while Edmund Cloudsley was just chilling in a box. So that's what we know thus far. I just want to... We'll watch this again. So this is the update we got after that last mission. Oh, and Edmund Cloudsley was allegedly caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died. I don't know if I believe that. He wasn't actually caught in the blast. So that could be a cheeky little lie. This looks... I'm already very into this. Let's have a look at Chapter 3. The strange practices of a secretive society. Straight away, I'm seeing there's 31 clues here. That is a good amount of clues. So let's... Ooh, we've got some footprints. It looks like maybe this is where this secret society meet. We've got... Oh. Okay. We've got a man. Who's got... Oh, he's got loads of possessions. He's got a knife, a formal coat, some rope. I'm guessing that's what's tying him up. This is the watch that was stolen, I think. I'm pretty sure this is the watch that was stolen in the chapter in the bar, I want to say. Got some tobacco, classic. David, the gathering will be on March the 14th. To follow our plan, we should be there at least 2 hours before midnight. The target will arrive in full costume, grab rope and weapons. So is this David? I mean, it seems likely that this is David. And he came with a loaded pistol. So this person, and they've got a tattoo as well. Tattoo depicts a hand and an eye. So we have this person who may have been caught before they were up to no good. Unless they were caught by the owner of these items, is the other possible option. There's a clean new coat. Yeah, see, there's 2 coats here and a selection of hats, which makes me think that this person might be David, but also might not be David. We will not assume anything about this guy, other than they've been caught, they've been tied up. 2 sets of footprints, and then after this guy... Oh no, still 2 sets of footprints. So, I'm just going to turn the game volume down a little bit. It's a bit loud in my ear. Let me know if it's too loud for you. We've got... So there's 2 sets of footprints that walk here. Then we've got this guy in the bush. And these same 2 sets of footprints, by the looks of it, split up and carry on. Hold on, I'm just getting a phone call. I'll just be 1 second. Apologies. Hello, everyone. I just had to deal with... just had a call regarding a moral dilemma, and I have provided the answer to the moral dilemma. So someone was suggesting this could be a gentleman thief. I agree, could well be some kind of gentleman thief. Let's have a look inside this hobbit hole, is the main thing we got to do next. Oh my god, this place is huge. Is that the front door? It is, okay. We've got... Brothers wear masks appropriate to their house. We've got the Dark Hands, the Proud Beasts, and the Water Snakes. 3 sects of the cult, perhaps? Possibly. We'll find out. Now, let us have a look at this flag. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. Master, steward, initiate. Now, this guy out here had a tattoo, didn't he? So this guy looks to me like an initiate of the Dark Hands. And so if he's an initiate, he's only just joined. Oh, good lord. Here we go. Let's get some reading done. Masters, I ventured on the Order's mission to reclaim our fire-breathing relic, and with great resolve punish the despicable enemy. I, with a few brave companions, fearlessly entered his hideout in a remote hunting cabin, but the devil had prepared a treacherous trap and an explosion slaughtered my dearest friends as we entered his study. So this is that last thing we were looking at. Cloudsley. So Cloudsley is who they were talking about as the despicable enemy, and the fire-breathing relic will be the idol. Thanks to my sturdy physique, I survived the blast, only to be assaulted by the enemy's lackey assassin warrior, David Gorin, and a pack of bloodthirsty hounds. So yeah, this is the thief who didn't get blown up. After an hour of fight, I received numerous deadly wounds, in spite of which I prevailed and defeated my assailants with my martial training. I discovered my enemy's dead body, slain by the trap of his own making, but no trace of the relic. Is this true? I'm forced to go into hiding because the government's watchmen are tracking me. Once I have recovered from my deadly wounds and shaken off the watchmen, I will send you the next report. May the Griffin awaken, Walter Keane. So Walter Keane is the thief who survived that last encounter, I think. Why have they got his letters just on the table? Like, we must treasure all documents from Walter Keane. Masters, and this is several months later, isn't it? Because that was in January, this is in October. Masters, I must apologise 1,000 times for my absence, but my road to recovery was full of peril and valour that cannot be sufficiently conveyed in writing. This guy's got it all figured out. The government dogs and spies chased me tirelessly, and I was forced to seek refuge in Aquitania to recover from my still dire wounds. There I finally bested my pursuers with the help of Lazarus Hurst, a young resourceful gentleman who I met in a remote manor one dark winter's night. Not only did he earn my trust by stepping into the fray against the villains, but he turned out to be well versed in the arcane arts, of course not so close to your skills. I have finally recovered and plan to return to Albion. I suggest that Lazarus would be a fine addition to the Order, so this could be our initiate outside. I vouch for him and will invite him to undergo the appropriate trial. May the Griffin awaken, Walter Keane. So it's possible that Lazarus is our tied-up initiate outside. And finally, this is from someone else, and this is from the following year. January the 16th, 1790. Illuminated Masters, I object to the admittance of the individual Lazarus Hurst to our brethren. I submit that our dark-hand brother Walter Keane, who vouches for him, cannot be trusted because he is a liar and a thief. The dark hands are the hand, so it's possible that that guy outside is either Walter Keane or Lazarus Hurst. I am certain that on dispatching our enemy, he kept the golden fire-breathing relic for himself. Nothing will move me on this. He must produce the relic, apologise personally to me, and afterwards be expelled from our brotherhood, says Geoffrey Sinclair. Walter Keane has some enemies, it seems. We've got 2 doors. Let's go up first. Up was the right way. We've got a lot of masked people. This one's holding a snake, which might help us identify who they are and what their deal is. Done when an accuser has challenged a defender. Both drinkers must be barefoot. The substance is added depending on the severity of the accusation, including deadly poison. So 2 people turn around, you add substance to one of the cups, the defender chooses first, accuser chooses the remaining, both partake in wine cups. So we've had a ritual here where there's an accuser and a defender. It looks like this is the defender, if it's based on this, because you've got the person who gives the poison, who's this one here. So this is probably the defender, and this is probably the accuser. Ritual of Squabble. Only initiates can be defender and accuser. So you can't be higher up to do... Oh no, there's more... Okay, there's different rituals. A sword must be borne by any dark hand. There is someone with a sword there. Required decorations of the hall. The Grim Reaper, the never-tiring teacher, and the feeder of mouths. There's the Grim Reaper. I don't know what those other things are. There's a ritual of conflict. The accuser must deeply hate the defender. The sword must be borne by any initiate. Required decorations of the hall. The never-tiring teacher, the keeper of the treasures, and the mirror of the soul. Is this... And does it say which cup the poison's going in here, or is it just... I don't know if it's pre-planned where the poison goes. There's the Ritual of Dispute, where only stewards or higher rank can be defender or accuser. The scepter must be borne by the Water Snake Master. Could that be you? Requires the Grim Reaper, the Never-Tiring Teacher, and the Keeper of Treasures. Or we've got the Ritual of Discord for the gamers. The houses of the Accuser and Defender stand behind their brothers. The scepter must be borne by the Dark Hand Master. I don't think it's that one. Let's have a look. We got the Griffin has spoken. We've got another one of these suspicious ruby rings. We've got a vial of unknown substance. I'm going to wager this is poison. That's my that's my personal take here. The Griffin has spoken. And a ruby ring. Doesn't say... There was something about their robes showing their rank, wasn't there? The man in the mask is not breathing. The man in the mask is very dead. There was a thing about... So brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. And they wear masks appropriate to their house. So we've got snakes, beasts, and dark hands. I mean, this doesn't look like any of those things. The Griffin has spoken. A silver tankard with some red wine in it and a ruby ring. Okay, so this is the person who just poured the wine. 2 cups. They contain some wine but are almost empty, so they've both had a little drink here. There's a key in a book for some reason. Is that to do with this? Are these decorations? Oh, they are. They are. Okay. So there's the Grim Reaper. There's a key. The Keeper of Treasures might be a key. And the Never-Tiring Teacher might be a book. Is what I'm thinking. I think it's possible based on that. Wait, which one was I looking at? The Keeper of Treasures could be a key, the Never-Tiring Teacher could be a book, and the Grim Reaper's the Grim Reaper. So we might be looking at a Ritual of Dispute. But I could be wrong. Let us await the results from the chamber below. This guy's got a ceremonial sword and a ring, and a red mask. This guy's got a ceremonial scepter. Now, a scepter must be borne by the Water Snake Master. This one doesn't mention a sword, though. Is the only thing. Whereas these ones do. But a key isn't a feeder of mouths. We'll come back to this. Let's have a look in this last room. Ooh, this looks like everything we need and more. Yep. That's going to blow this whole thing wide open. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. No, I've got it all figured out. Yes. What does that mean? Who are you? Prepare to receive what you have earned. 2 ruby rings. 2 different pokers. Brother, a member of our order has proposed a new candidate to join our brotherhood. Our brother's trustworthiness, however, has been challenged. Therefore, we've decided to take measures to resolve the fate of those individuals. If the brother proves himself, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he will join our ranks. So the newcomer has to survive the appropriate trial. So it could be that the newcomer was one of the people in that trial. You're summoned to join our gathering on March the 14th and fulfill your role in the rites of the Brotherhood. We've got an eye and a lion. And does this person have any... I've signaled to the Griffin who I am, like... So... this guy is about to be marked as an initiate of the Proud Beasts. Because the lions are the Proud Beasts, and One Eye is an initiate. Oh my god, what is this? Inception, evaluation, transition, and admission. You must endure the tests of snail, fire, water, tree, or grass, fire, time, water. Is that... Does that... What on earth? I've allegedly found all the clues, so... Oh no. Oh, there's a lot going on here. So... Okay. So we know that someone was challenged to a... And then what are we calling these things? What are we calling these things? We're calling them rituals? Yes. So someone was challenged to a... Where's the word ritual? Oh. We knew what type of ritual it was, didn't we? We think it's... We think it's the ritual of dispute. I think, because it's... Because it's... Unless a book is a speaker to the blind, but I don't think it is. That doesn't make any sense. Is the book the mirror of the soul? I think it's a ritual of dispute. Ritual of dispute to a dispute ritual. He... Oh, there's an ambush apparently. This is... Right, okay. Okay. So, your man in the bush is... Your man in the bush had his clothes stolen, I think is the thing we need to bear in mind here. I also want to have a look at the shoe situation. So neither of them are wearing shoes. Oh, but the rule was they're not allowed to wear shoes. Which is annoying because it would be helpful to be able to see what shoes people are wearing. Oh, this guy's wearing some shoes. I can't really make much out of this. So what's going on here? So there's 4 trials that have been done here. Oh, snail. That's a snail. So, snail, is that fire? No, that's food. Is fire food? Is time food? What's a fish? A fish could be water, I guess. And then that's having no clothes. Could this represent time? Is this... Does this mean time? I don't think it does. I think it starts with snail. There's 2 of them that start with snail. And then we've got either time or fire, represented by that. Then we've got water, which, yeah, makes sense. And then we've got a tree or a star. I mean, there's the sun in here, which is a star. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what they mean by the house fish. It's... Yeah, I mean, I have no clue what any of that means. I've signaled to the griffin who I am. I accept my fate, whatever it may be. So we've got... The robes denote how important people are. So if this is... Alright, if this is the ritual of dispute, then the scepter must be borne by the water snake master. Which would make the white ones the master coats. So let's say for now that that is the case. That is a coat of a master. Which means we've got stewards and initiates. Now I would say... Surely you're not going to have an initiate bear the poison. Is my thinking. And this guy... This guy's wearing green. What? If this is the ritual of dispute, only stewards or higher can be in it, which would make these guys stewards and these guys initiates. We have an initiates. Just... Is that... Could it be? I mean, I'll put it for now. Does that mean you're an initiate and you're a steward? Now, we do believe that this is the water snake one. because of the ritual. We believe, because we think it's this ritual, we believe that you're the water snake master. So we've got remaining the Dark Hands and the Proud Beasts. Let's now that we've seen everything, let's work through what we know. Two people were dragging someone into this bush, and we have this initiate. He is an initiate of the Dark Hands. We have a hat. We have... This gathering will be on March 14th. To follow our plan, we should get there. The target will arrive in full costume. So David is one of the ambushers, as is WK. So David Gorin and WK Walter Keane ambush someone posing as someone. Oh no, hang on. So someone was challenged to a dispute. Now I think the one who people are most likely to have a dispute with is David Gorin, right? Was it Walter Keane? So Walter Keane, so Jeffrey Sinclair, I think, is the one having the dispute with Walter Keane. I think is right. So Walter Keane was challenged to a dispute ritual. He, along with David Gorin, ambushed potentially Lazarus Hearst, potentially Jeffrey Sinclair, someone posing as someone with... meanwhile, someone passed the something ritual to become something. Oh, Proud Beast, right? He become a Proud Beast initiate because he had it was the lion stamp, which makes me think that you would have a Proud Beast do the test, right? That's my assumption. So I think that might be the Proud Beast mark. And I think that must then be the Dark Hand mask. There we go. We think that the ritual was the ritual of dispute. We don't know. I don't know who any of these people are. I've got no clue. I guess we can use just titles. So this guy is a water snake master. And this guy is a Proud Beast master. We need to figure out what the hell's going on with this ritual. So this guy then... Oh, we can do it based on who's administering it. So this guy is a Proud Beast... He's a Proud Beast steward. So this is the test of Inception. Yeah, so he passed the test of Inception. Apparently this is fire and this is trees. Whatever. It was the ritual of Inception. Where is that? Have I not clicked it? Oh, there it is. Ritual of Inception. And this is a Proud Beast steward. Now, who was it who needed to do the test? Was it Lazarus? He'll be a fine addition to the order. And Walter Keane's saying he should undergo a trial. So someone doesn't want Lazarus Hearst in, but it seems to me that this must be Lazarus Hearst. So he's passed the... I think he's passed the trial. I think that's Lazarus Hearst there. I think you are Lazarus Hearst. Correct. Okay. If that's Lazarus Hearst... That means we can start, for one, we can put him here. Lazarus Hearst passed the Inception ritual. So someone drank the other, I'm going to say cup. and died. Okay, we know it's a death by poison. We know... Who is Jeffrey Sinclair? How do we know the name Jeffrey Sinclair? Jeffrey Sinclair is this guy. Nothing... Well, it makes sense to me that Jeffrey Sinclair must be involved in this whole affair, this business up here. Because if we've got a ritual of dispute, then it's between... Who does Jeffrey Sinclair hate? Jeffrey Sinclair and Walter Keane. Now, I don't know... Oh, we know that one of these costumes are stolen from our man outside. And our man outside is a dark hand. So, this is the person in disguise, which means this is David Gorin? No, is it Walter Keane? Wait a minute. So this person here, I think we're saying is Jeffrey Sinclair. I believe that is the case. And I think this is just some random guy. I think this is a Dark Hand initiate. And I think this is a Water Snake initiate. So I think this... But then... If Walter Keane was challenged to the ritual, wouldn't he just go to the ritual? Why would they steal this guy's costume? Yeah, the horse probably did it, Indie Ink. You're right. We've ruled out the we've ruled out the obvious solutions. Who is this guy? Because that's Lazarus Hearst. So Walter Keane is definitely one of the people who did the ambushing. So this is not Walter Keane. I'm gonna put this as Walter Keane and then it'll probably tell me that I'm wrong. Okay. Is that then David Gorin? No. Okay. Interesting. Oh, wait, this guy's an initiate. This guy's an initiate, so this is the disguise they stole. Except he's not a dark hand. This is the person in disguise. The person in disguise is this person here. So this is the person in disguise. So this could be David Gorin. Oh, here's what I think. I think this is David Gorin. And I think this is Walter Keane. So I think there's... So here's what happened, right? Walter Keane's been summoned to this ritual. So Walter Keane is like, yeah, I'll come. But he also brings David Gorin along. So the reason they beat up this guy... and I think this is just some Dark Hand initiate. Yeah, this is just some guy. They ambushed... So what they did was they ambushed a Dark Hand initiate. And then... Because they wanted to rig this ritual. That's what we know. So Walter Keane rocked up to the ritual, as he should have done. But David Gorin has... somehow shown Walter Keane which cup is safe. Because if we look at this ritual, there's an order, right? The defender chooses first. So if you have someone who knows which one's which, then you can rig it. So David Gorin helped to rig it. So they showed which cup had no poison with a... So the person who was posing was David Gorin. So David Gorin, posing as a Dark Hand Initiate, signalled to Walter Keane with a... And how did he signal it? How then... Could it... Oh, was it with the tankard? It's not with the scepter. It's not with the sword. Does he have a tray? Like a gesture? He signalled to Walter Keane with a... What did he signal with? So, we just got to figure out how he actually did it. I want to just say gesture, but it's not there. Is there a tray? What was the signal? 2 cups on a stone altar. They contain some wine. The griffin has spoken. This guy's dead. A silver tankard with some red wine in it. I guess he pointed with the tankard. That's the only thing he's got. And then your boy Jeffrey Sinclair. There we go. Alright, we figured it out. That was good. I feel like we really got down with that one. After being challenged to a ritual with potentially deadly consequences, Walter conspired with David to devise a plan which would ensure his own safety. They captured a Brotherhood member on his way to the gathering. David took his costume so that during the ritual of dispute he could indicate to Walter which cup was poisoned. Therefore, Walter chose the safe cup and his opponent drank some poison and died. Okay, great. Yeah, David Gorin back at it again. We don't get any fun little clip there. This looks exciting, but let's move on to this. Well, there's a lot going on here. We've got... Oh! The man is not breathing and has a severe wound at the back of his head. His arm appears to be broken. We'll check his possessions in a second. He's got... What is that, a trumpet? No idea. Both his legs appear to be broken. A severe wound at the back of his head. He's got a ruby ring. Water Snake Master. Lately I have experienced disturbing dreams and I feel cursed. Are you the source of this with your magic? Desist immediately and know that when pushed my rage is absolute. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. In many voyages I have learned the dark arts too. If need be I will summon 1,000 invisible demons to crush your bones, says the proud Beastmaster. Dear friend, it is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors at the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, I recommend you to stop obsessing over it. It will only unbalance your humours. Let us discuss alternatives at the next party at Kensington Palace. So this guy, we know, is a Water Snake Master. Oh, that's not an option. Okay, maybe he's got a name. We've got... Oh, that's interesting. So we have a set of footprints going one way and then back, and then we have a set of footprints going just one way. Weird. Rules for the Griffin rebirth. Okay. They probably... it seems to me that a lot of them are going to die in the end. The one who claims to be Griffin reborn must perform a miracle. If someone repeats the miracle, it is proven it was not a miracle but mere magic, and the claimant is punished with death. If no one else can repeat the miracle, the masks fall and the claimant is crowned as the Griffin reborn. And I'm seeing a crown here. I'm seeing that the masks have come off. So maybe we've seen a compelling miracle today. In 1725, the first Dark Hand Lord demonstrated flying. He jumped off a cliff and fell to his death. The Proud Beastmaster Lord Plesley performed a seance talking to the spirits. Lord Angus MacBain repeated the miracle, proving him unworthy. So Lord Plesley must be dead then, because if anyone repeats it, you get killed. In 1764, Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of a homunculus, but Lord Angus MacBain produced a homunculus as well. In 1771, Master Lord White carried out the hypnosis on a servant, but Lord Angus MacBain hypnotized the same man as well. So there's a history of people attempting to claim to be the Griffin Reborn. I don't know if... No, I don't know what the thing is with the ruby rings. I don't know if that's just a sign of being in these weird cults. This guy has those shoes, by the looks of it. That was an actual miracle. Unbelievable. So there is a Griffin Reborn. He's got a heavy seal. And this guy's a master. We've got two masters here. We've got kneel before the Griffin Reborn and wake ready. I will lead the brothers to a great many changes. This is your boy. The guy from last time. Lazarus. And Lazarus has... Oh, does Lazarus have the idol? Yes, so Lazarus, by the looks of it, has used the idol. Okay, we'll look at that when we find the idol. But it looks like Lazarus has done a little cheeky one with the idol, and these are his footsteps. He's come one way. So he's come round this way. A set of heavy wooden oars. Could have hit this guy with an oar, maybe, but then why would all the limbs be broken? This guy is holding the crown, presumably about to crown Lazarus. This guy has got a staff. Oh, okay. So this guy has put the idol inside of a staff. With some kind of spout on the end. Got a collection of hats. We've got a golden snuff box filled with opium. Great. Dear Master MacBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly. Being an honest soul, I have no choice but to comply with your base your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus into our brotherhood, but he has not shared all his secrets with me. Luckily, I had an opportunity to see him practicing this miracle. He has a magical artifact hidden in his cane. When performing the miracle, he input the following glyphs. Then, he presses a small lever on the handle of the cane and it grants him the powers to demonstrate the miracle. I have no doubt that the staff will work just as well in your hands as his. So I think this must be Master MacBain. Because Master MacBain could not be allowed... He definitely could not be allowed to get away with any of that. I think that's Lazarus. So I think Lazarus has killed him because he knew or maybe he killed maybe this guy killed him because we're missing a bit of the staff and the rest of the staff is here. Did he hit him with the staff or something? Perhaps. Got heels. Yeah. This guy might have gone... This guy could have done it. Lazarus himself could have done it. This guy's in the clear, I think. As is that guy. What an honour. Ruby ring. A nice watch. Dear Water Snake Brother Maker. As the director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I do not assess work applications. Please go through the official channels so my staff can evaluate your credentials as an attorney. So that's Brother Maker. Location, the lighthouse on Gull Islet near the Horn of Codhead. Time noon. We've got... Oh, here we go. Angus MacBain, Alistair Koch, James Turner, Walter Keane, Lazarus Hurst. In charge of the notes, Mr. Nicholas Maker. And I think this is Nicholas Maker. I believe. So... Nicholas Maker we think we've got here. Lazarus... Is his name Hurst? I think it is. Lazarus Hurst. If we've got another lord... He's got a seal. Unclear on these ones. Let's check out everything else. We've got a locked door. We've got, by guarding the lighthouse, you guard the Empire. Says General Alistair. I mean, that's not a picture of Alistair Koch, is it? And then, was it Coke? Trapdoor that connects the stairhouse to the top of the lighthouse, not locked. So it is definitely possible that someone's been pushed off of this lighthouse, given that there's no railing. There's no railing at all. And we have found all the clues. People who had the magic relic in their hands chronologically. I like that. So the last one is that guy there. Okay, alright. So let's have another look at the notes on this miracle. Was it some sort of levitation thing? The idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. And what does the idol say right now? It's got a hook. A hook and the squares. And the hook and the squares means... So after... Ooh. After that input, aim at the sky, press the lever to maximum position. At this point, the idol should be full enough to perform the miracle once. Okay. So the miracle... Is it possible that this guy attempted the same miracle? So this guy attempted the same miracle, but he botched it, is I think what happened. He was attempting to prove... yeah, he was attempting to prove that he could do the miracle. But sadly it didn't work. So... The water works better, but the effect is not as convincing. Therefore, blah blah blah. Main challenge is ensuring my balance when holding onto the idol. Practice is paramount. So it pushes something out of it to essentially let someone float down, I think is the idea. So he performed a miracle where he... We've got a blue gem on the idol. He performed a miracle where he floated down. Okay, right. So the idol sort of flips through two of them. So in one of them, it ejects air or water or something like that. And in the other one, it sucks it in. So when this guy did it, it had flipped, and that's why it didn't work. To demonstrate the miracle of something and become. Well, we know that they're trying to become Griffin Reborn. Okay, so I think what happened is Lazarus Hurst. So Lazarus Hurst jumped from the lighthouse, I think is... he jumped from the lighthouse using the idol to demonstrate the miracle of, I guess it's flight? Yeah, miracle of flying and become Griffin Reborn. And then Angus McBain, who was attempting to copy the miracle, Angus McBain jumped from the lighthouse. Jumped from the lighthouse afterwards. This resulted in Angus McBain's death from a head wound. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey now, don't you go telling me we're done. We're not done. How dare you? Just because I got this right doesn't mean that we've got the rest of this. We haven't even figured out who all these people are. So we know who's missing: Alistair Koch, James Turner, and Walter Keane. Right. Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my... So this guy is McBain, we assume. Oh no, that's McBain. So he's recovered the proof of McBain's blackmail. Is there any way... Is there any way to check who's here? Lord Angus McBain is dead. Lord Alistair Coach, we don't know who he is. Dr. James Turner, unsure. Walter Keane. Isn't this Walter Keane? I feel like that just is Walter Keane. I'm pretty sure that's just what Walter Keane looks like. Which means we've got these two to figure out. Who's got the stirrup feet? This guy. All right, so he jumped down, used flight, and then walked back, and then this guy went to get the thing after. So we've got we know who held it when. So the first person to hold it was Lazarus Hurst, except that this hasn't been confirmed yet. We need to lock these people in. How do we know who's who here? How do we know who's who? Oh, we've got a Dark Hand Master who's called JT. So James Turner is a Dark Hand Master. And... oh. I don't... does it say their ranks on this? No. General Alistair Koch. Does the fact that anyone's a general mean anything? Is there any way to... What is this? A heavy seal. Could be a lord? A lord would be more likely to have a seal, so that might be Lord Alistair Koch. Let's try that. Let's test this theory that a lord would have a seal, which would then make this James Turner, I believe. No. Okay, that's wrong. Oh. Well, it's not Nicholas Angle. I guess it's Nicholas Maker, for one. Let's try flipping these around. Okay. Fab. So, now we know that chronologically, Lazarus Hurst had it first. Then Angus McBain had a go. And then Walter Keane went to get it. Someone blackmailed someone to find out how Lazarus Hurst would perform the miracle of flying. And we saw the blackmail note, didn't we? Did this guy have it? The Dark Hand Steward. I feel like, so the Dark Hands were the ones in green. So who wanted to... Let's read this carefully. Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector, blah, blah, blah. So someone... McBain was blackmailing someone. So McBain was definitely the one doing the blackmailing. So Angus McBain blackmailed someone to find out how the miracle would be performed. Has this guy got anything on him that would... Water Snake Master. No, nothing there. So who... Oh, Walter Keane does have Stuart clothes, that's true. And did Walter Keane just... Yeah, that's a fair shout. And maybe Walter Keane just lied to him. Alright, now we are done. Good point, dude. Thank you for the assist there. We are finished with that one. I can't believe it lets you go just if you've done that. You obviously need to do all of this. Lesson learned. Alright, let's finish off chapter 3. The interrupted weekend at the doctor's salon. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing different rooms we can go to. I'm seeing all sorts of people present. I'm seeing 36 clues. I'm seeing a list of psychoactive plants. Okay, these are symptoms. We don't know what that relates to yet. The seals of the 12 Lemurian clans. Oh, and there's a missing boomerang as well. No, there isn't a missing boomerang. It's right there. Did someone shoot this man? What happened to this man? Was it a boomerang? The man is not breathing and has a huge vertical wound on his forehead. I think this might be boomerang related. Dear friend, the elections are over, so let's uphold tradition and have a leisurely weekend at my place with you and Leopold to discuss the Prime Minister's situation. Please join us on May the 12th. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. James, I'm pretty sure that's James Turner, isn't it? We'll check that in a second. Listen, apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Let's continue our discussion at noon, Leo. And we got this man. Oh God, believe me, my lord, I do not feel comfortable arresting a prime ministerial candidate, but I must ask you to follow me. So that's Arthur Faulkner. He has a pike. Oh, and he has a bunch of testimonies. Okay. There's a lot going on here. I guess we'll work through them. I just want to quickly point, this is Arthur Faulkner. Let's just get that down. Location of each when the body was found. This one's in depth. Right. So Leopold claims that he had a glass of sherry with James in the library and became drowsy. As he was falling asleep, he saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door. Woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. Woke up the butler, entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that the Lemurian was the murderer. Instructed butler to raise the alarm. I'm assuming this is the Lemurian. Or maybe the blue-haired person, who knows. Gideon played croquet with Urgin in the morning, got bored and went to drink tea in the tea house. Urgin drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house, saw Lord Alistair Koch lecture the butler, saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away just as Urgin was remarking on the beauty of the chess house, saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. Urgin, slightly difficult to understand what he says, potentially because he has challenges with our language, claims that everything young Master Bell says is absolutely correct. This guy has... Oh yeah, this guy is Lemurian. He's of a certain clan. Dear Prince, I heard that you got invited to a party by the director of the Seven Seas Company himself. I know you hate associating with these invaders and thieves, but this might be just the opportunity we seek to reclaim our honour. I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman. What does... Is he saying that out loud? That sounds pretty incriminating. Dear Prince, as you know, I'm a great aficionado of Lemurian culture. It would be my pleasure to invite a member of the Patu clan to spend a leisurely weekend at my estate with some of my own political dignitaries. Kindly confirm your presence. Is he actually from that clan? He's from that clan there. Which... Is that on there? Did he take one? So it's an axe. It's two hands holding an axe, and then it's like a square with two pyramids coming off of it. Oh, it's missing. He's holding the missing slab. So one of the slabs is missing. He's holding it. I'm pretty sure this guy is a prince. I think his name might be Ergin. Ergin Patu. Was that it? Yeah, why not? He's Ergin Patu for now. Who else? James. Had a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning. Then he went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler, ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry, spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. Noted bene, as the master of the house, he led the interrogation of the suspects. Okay, sus. Alistair claims that in the morning he practiced chess and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together and he was very close to winning, but the alarm was raised. We got Podrick. Claims that he served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk, and then go to assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take the glasses away, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly was overcome with dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart. Was woken and instructed to raise the alarm, then saw the deceased lying in the salon. People definitely saw the butler asleep or something, didn't they? Someone shouting at the butler? Yeah, woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. So I'm pretty sure this, because this guy looks like a butler to me, that must be, what do you call him? Not Alistair, Podrick. I think the butler's called Podrick. Let's just click on him so we get his face. However, yeah, so I think... Oh, he's showing signs of being poisoned by something, isn't he? He's got pink eyes. Podrick. Whites of the eyes get a pink tint. I think we got some... I think we got... Someone poisoned him with black poppy. Is what I think happened. Who are you? James, this is preposterous. You know damn well that he was killed by that Lemurian savage. Dear friend, now that the elections are over, please join me for a leisurely weekend at my manor with good old Augustus and some other fine fellows. We'll have some drinks and discuss what to do about that Prime Minister position, Dr. James Turner. This guy's also been poisoned. And he's missing a button. Ha, Leopold, your plan to frame Patou is sublime, but your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Constable, please escort this man out. A clean doctor's scalpel. So this is Dr. James Turner. That's James Turner. He was in the last one. So he's saying that this... He's saying that that's Leopold. Do we know Leopold's surname? I don't know if we do know Leopold's surname, but isn't it? That's Leopold for sure. You are... Oh Lord, I did not expect something like this in our household. You're the gardener. Do we have anything from the gardener? Billiam. Alright, Billiam's the gardener. Planted and pruned all morning by the chrysanthemum bush. Saw the young gentleman and the foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. In the afternoon moved to the rose bush. From there saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain at around noon. Continued his work on the roses until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill. So this is Billiam. We know that much. Some sherry's been spilled. There's a full glass of sherry and an almost empty glass of sherry, so it's possible the sherry is what was poisoned. Who are you? He stole his life just like that. The doctor is a smart man since he saw through his lies. Dear friend, at one of your balls you said that you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks at my manor, and a prince from the 11th clan of Lemuria will be joining us. Please do us the honour of your company too. Please kindly prefer your presence. And this is our little map. We've got the library, the salon, the flower beds, the fountain, the croquet field, the tea house, and the chess house. Alright, we know the layout. Or we can go back to look at the layout. What else is there to be seen? There's London Gazette, who will be the new Prime Minister. Either Blanchard or Valentine will become Prime Minister. So the Loyalist leader is called Blanchard and has an eye patch, or there's the moderate leader, Valentine. Is that Valentine? That looks a lot like Valentine to me. Which would mean that this is Leopold Blanchard, who I think is being framed. Because we've got the two candidates for Prime Minister here. And there's also the New Order Party who have not been mentioned. Oh, Lazarus Hurst. Right, wait. Okay, the Loyalists and the Moderates are going to form a coalition. Bad luck for Lazarus Hurst, who is not here as far as I'm aware. At the chess house, we've got some chess. There was some chess being played. That much we know. We've got 2 cups of spicy smelling tea One almost empty, the other untouched. We've got unfinished croquet, chrysanthemum bushes, rose bushes. Are we going to have to examine everyone's testimony one by one to check that it actually makes sense? That's that door. We're missing one clue. Oh, we haven't looked at the dead guy properly, have we? He's got a sword. Oh, okay, so he's holding this guy's button. Apparently we still haven't identified... Have we not seen this guy? This is outrageous. I thought you were an honourable man, Leopold, not some Aquitanian agent trying to sabotage our friendly relations with Lemuria and provoke a conflict. Right, okay. So I'm pretty sure that's Koch, isn't it? But, I don't know all these people's names. Okay, let's do location of each suspect when the body was found, according to them. So Leopold... Leopold, who is... Who exactly? This guy, the one who everyone's accusing. Leopold was in the salon. So he was in the salon because he was there when the body was actually found. The gardener, whose name is Billiam, was working on the roses. So he was in the flower beds when the body was found. The prince, that's this guy. Where was he when the body was found? Maybe someone was with him. Interesting that we've got this spicy smelling ornamental box. Could it be that he poisoned the tea? Potentially. We'll come back to him. The butler. Where was the butler? The butler's name is Podrick. Where did Podrick say he was? He was in the library. He was sleeping in the library. So the butler was in the library. The young man we've not yet identified. Who's Gideon? Interesting. Who's James? Oh, James is the master of the house. So James was, according to this testimony, he was playing chess with Alistair in the chess house. And Alistair is who exactly? Is Alistair the young man? Alistair... Oh no, Alistair's the general, isn't he? It's Alistair... Alistair Koch. And where did we say Alistair was? He was in the chess house. So the general was in the chess house, and he was playing against Dr. Turner, who is... Dr. Turner is a doctor. So the doctor was also in the chess house. Podrick. Billiam. What about Ergin? Claims that everything Master Bell says is absolutely correct. Who is Master Bell? Master would be a young man. Which makes me think it's this one. What's your first name then? If you're the young man. Is it Gideon? He's talking about Ergen a lot. I think the young man is Gideon. Gideon Bell. Podrick we don't know the name of. Do we have a first name for this, for the deceased? Apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Someone called Leo said they continue a discussion. So we know the victim is someone Valentine. We think, right, let's start to narrow this down. The boomerang is the murder weapon. We know that. The boomerang is the murder weapon. And we're saying he was murdered in the saloon. The salon, even. And the body was found by... Who said they found the body? Leopold, right? Yeah, Leopold found the body, is what we're saying. Body was found by Leopold Blanchard. And someone Valentine is the victim. What is his first name? Did it say on that thing outside? Did anyone address them by name? In the... No. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently someone saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. What's Alistair's story? Okay, Alistair does not say that he briefly left the chess house, but Gideon says he does. There's a lot to keep track of here. Your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Does anyone... Oh, Mr. Spade. So the gardener's surname is Spade. Great. William Spade. Cool. Continues work rose until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill. We have a Mr. Hill, don't we? Or do we? Did Podrick Hill raise the alarm? Who raised the alarm? Oh, the butler raised the alarm. Yeah, so the butler's surname is Hill. Which means, by process of elimination, this is Augustus Valentine. There we go. Nice. Alright, Augustus Valentine. He looks like an Augustus. We're getting places here. The young man, Gideon Bell. Where was Gideon Bell, according to Gideon Bell? Where was he, though? In order to see someone go to the chess house, you'd have to be... Is that the chess house? No, that's the chess house. So to see someone come to the chess house, you'd have to be on the bench or in the tea room. So it's possible that Ergen and that guy were in the tea room. Let's say they were. They were. Okay. Great. Now, although we have all of this, we still don't have much to go off. Well, the thing that is suspicious is Alistair Koch was allegedly seen was allegedly seen leaving the chess house by Gideon. And saw Master Turner. Wait. Who's Master Turner? James Turner. So Gideon saw James Turner come to the guest house and send the butler away. There's a lot going on there. Okay, so he was by the chrysanthemum bush and he saw Gideon and the prince leave the croquet bush. So if he was by the chrysanthemum bush, where was he? He was there and he saw them go round there. That all adds up so far. That makes sense. What else happened with our Billiam? Moved to the rose bush and saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain around noon. Who is Lord Augustus? Augustus Valentine. So at noon, Lord Augustus was seen by the fountain. So he was seen here. Okay. So he saw him at noon, and he continued to work on the roses just outside. Podrick was in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry, then go to assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, he found Lord Leopold asleep, and he fell asleep as well. So Leopold was asleep here, and then the butler fell asleep as well. The two of them were asleep. They were knocked out by Black Poppy. They were drugged by Black Poppy. I don't quite know. So what is... I feel like the butler's left something out of his story. Did anyone see the butler doing anything? Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived. So in the morning... This is Alistair, who is this man. Says he practiced chess and educated his butler. Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. So I think these two... are involved. Now, if you wanted to get his button, you could do so while asleep. Or you could even plant it. Who says they found the body? Oh no, this guy did find the body. So what's his story about when he got woken up? Woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. He saw that he was being observed. He woke up and found the butler on the floor asleep. Woke up the butler, entered the salon and found the body. What's going on? Right, so early in the morning, someone did someone in the something. Alright, so one thing here is we've got planted the button. I'm pretty sure that's planted the button to frame, and the person they're trying to frame is Leopold Blanchard. A Lemurian something from the... Right. Okay. What's the significance of all of this? This is where the boomerang is. Oh, so maybe someone stole a Lemurian boomerang? Stole a Lemurian seal. Is it a seal? From the... Wait. Yeah, right, so... I think that's right, because one of them's missing. And this guy's got it. He also does have a club, but the club's not got blood on it. Early in the morning, something in the something, and... Right, what do we know about early in the morning? What do people claim to have been doing early in the morning? Had a glass of sherry with James in the library. Who said that? Leopold said he had a glass of sherry with James. Who's this guy? I mean, someone's been drugged for sure. The people who've been drugged are these two. So it must be the sherry that was drugged. The sherry was drugged. So drugged to sherry? That doesn't quite make sense grammatically. I don't like it. In the something at around noon. What do we know happened at around noon? Oh. Who drank some sherry? James drank a sherry with Blanchard. With Blanchard. Who is Blanchard? With Leopold. And that's in the morning. So James had a sherry in the library. James had a sherry. James Turner. Oh, James Turner drugged Leopold Blanchard. Excuse me, I just burped. Apologies. in the library. Where's library? Why isn't library an option? Have I put it somewhere? Oh yeah, here we go. In the library, and stole a button. Yeah, so James Turner drugged this guy and stole his button so he could plant it. Meanwhile, somewhere else, those two... Alright, so one thing we know is killed. We know that Augustus Valentine was killed in the salon. And this was around noon. Who did the killing? Do you have an alibi? Does James Turner have an alibi? He says that he was playing chess the whole time. Those two say they were playing chess the whole time. They also sent the butler away, which is very suspicious. Lord Augustus left the fountain at around noon. So Lord Augustus was at the fountain. His master arrived, told him to get rid of the sherry. He found the guy asleep. He's got a weak heart. So those two were asleep when they died. I think the key account here is Gideon's. So Gideon saw Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. So I think it must have been Lord Alistair who did the killing, I think. I'm pretty confident with that so far. Meanwhile, in the... Yes, so James Turner drugged him. Alistair Koch killed him. But meanwhile, in the something... Something. Oh, was the seal planted on him as well? I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman. What were these two up to? What were you up to? What was anyone up to? Yeah, he saw... I'm just trying to think what... Like, I don't have the word saw here, do I? Because the Lemurian seal's been stolen by Ergin Patu, right? Is this also in the salon? Meanwhile, in the something... This is the bit that's confusing me. Meanwhile in the tea house, maybe. Meanwhile in the tea house, Gideon Bell. Are these two drugged? Oh, hang on. Oh, he's blinking loads. Hyper-concentration on one thing. Loss of perception of time. Oh, have we got a double drug situation? We've got a double drug situation going on. Yeah. So maybe... swap these around. He drugged him. There we go. There we go. We got there in the end. That was a difficult one. Brotherhood members Alistair and James plotted to turn the ruling moderate and loyalist parties against each other. Over the course of the weekend at James's manor, Alistair murdered the moderate leader and James framed the loyalist leader because they were working for our boy, Lazarus. It's all fallen into place. We've got a little video. Yeah, we know how the idol works. This isn't news to me. Is that the end of the cutscene? Alright. The final chapter is... oh no, maybe not. Because I think there's 12 cases, so maybe the penultimate chapter. The Triumph of Order. Bad vibes. Who's the stiff? The man is not breathing, no apparent wounds. Prince of Dusk, like night I am dark and full of terror. I do not fear love. Do not make that error. When you know my name, just look for my face. Okay, rest in peace. Why do I have 12 clues found already? Here are the boys. That is music to my ears, Alistair, but do control your emotions. We as arbiters of the order must never violate the first virtue. Albion Frank banknotes. Dr. James Turner. Arbiter of the Order Party. History of infraction and obedience. Drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic. Kept the book Legacy of Rose Dynasty in his study. Loyal service to the Order in high-ranking position. Okay. They're just comparing notes. Dear Dr. Turner, I must regretfully inform you that during your absence from party business, your senior assistant Daniel has demonstrated extreme untidiness and thus breached one of the virtues. You hate to see it. What are you insinuating, James? I would never breach the fourth virtue. You know damn well that I keep no secrets. Bunch of Albion Frank banknotes. Lord Alistair Koch. Slapped a sergeant in anger. Listened to marching music in his manner. Loyal service. Overall good guy. I'm writing to inform you that our regiment's colonel was seen with another officer's wife in a potentially intimate situation. We implore you to send your agents to investigate this potential flouting of the first virtue. Alright, we don't know what these virtues are. Hopefully we can find out. Right. What's going on here? Mr. Fanga Quinn is charged with claiming he had no wife, had a painting depicting a naked person in his house, broke his wife's favourite teapot in anger, was observed spending a night with a neighbour's wife. Walter Keane flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention, wore ridiculous headgear at 5 events, claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus during his ritual of ascendance, expelled from the Party of Order. Didn't he help him? Damn. Lothar Richards held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to the guests, got angry during questioning and shouted at the High Arbiter, revealed the whereabouts of his hiding fugitive distant daughter Mary and her husband. Josh Bailey left his work at Tannery early, drank excessive amounts of gin, drank excessive amounts of rum. Horace Webb has not held down a job since the new regime. Claims he works in his castle helping his servants clean it. Possesses 15 books. Is that not allowed? Gideon Bell. Oh, we know Gideon Bell. We just saw him. Wears an outrageous hairstyle. Broke down in tears 10 times during questioning. Has refused to start working. Rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to the blah blah blah. Okay. All the gossip is upstairs. Also, there's 4 virtues. Love, wings, sun, and eye. Remember the second virtue. Store confiscated objects and evidence according to the virtue breached. Silence, you'll perform your function as much as is required. And they're making a new society. He's got the idol doing something or other. Okay, right. So... okay, so I'm guessing the first virtue is don't drink. Don't drink, don't take drugs. The second one is don't order butter. Is that don't buy butter? The third one is no art. No art or something like that. And then this one is no reading. In all truth, Lord High Arbiter, I prefer storing no more than this. Since the year, blah, 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 blah. The Order Party has worked hard to improve society. Okay, so things are going all fashy. The fascists are in. And they're going to argue that moderation is the key. That's their whole thing. Moderation is the key. Is sloth Oh, is this to do with sloth? No worse jobs in this one, and thank God tobacco is not considered an indulgence. Literature is forbidden, tobacco is allowed. No indulgences, so this is no indulgences. Is this, So the first virtue is the opposite of indulgence, which is... We'll come back to it. Moderation, I think. We'll come back to it. We need to go downstairs. Remember the second virtue, don't be a pig. don't neglect your work. Don't dress up or don't be like fancy. Yeah, don't be fancy. Don't be lazy. Weekly order. Culprits are brought to the tribunal. Each culprit's charges are evaluated and merit changes are calculated. Okay, so some culprits are being identified. Thing of beauty C order available. If it were not against the first virtue, I would feel very happy. Why do you feel that? Tell me why I saw you spend no more than 3 shillings on the new clothes after I asked you to lend me money. You said you had none to spare. Label the protocol as being on Thursday, even though it was Wednesday. Okay. Such a relief they decided not to push any fashion charges. I hope the process is not painful. The tribunals are fast. They spread lies that my pure love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? So lust might be one of them. I feel it in my bones that I should have drunk less. Now we poor souls experience God's wrath. Poor bugger. I've never seen so much merit removed in the tribunal. Some mistakes are very costly. And here's David Gorin again. The man, the myth, the legend. Keeping secrets isn't allowed. Right, okay. So what do we need to know? We need to know what happened. Drag symbols from here for inputs. Oh, so this is fun. Instead of so instead of putting faces to names, we have to just so we have to go upstairs and we can fill this out. So Walter Keane. Walter Keane received no merits. I don't know about that. Do we have to figure out based off of these? Maybe we have to figure out what each of these is worth? I don't know, that seems pretty difficult. Anyway, let's look at these merits. Observe the 4 virtues to avoid losing merits. So the virtue is the opposite of... So diligence rather than laziness. How does that link to... Oh, right. The issue here is that a mistake was made. The maths was wrong. So they weren't being diligent. The first virtue is moderation. The third virtue is... Is it just stuff that's vulgar? So the opposite of vulgarity is not music. Beauty? No. Beauty? Maybe. And the fourth virtue is... truth? Like you have to tell the truth? All literature, lies, and secrets will be punished. Moderation, you're not allowed to... You're not allowed to indulge. You're not allowed to be lustful. And emotions? Maybe? Diligence, so you're not allowed to be untidy. You're not allowed to be slothful. You're not allowed to be mistakes. And beauty, so you can't... So vulgar fashion, vulgar music, like the violin, and vulgar art. Alright, I'm the master of the I'm the master of the virtues. Ah, okay, and we can figure out how much you lose for each one. So if we go to these guys, that is the first virtue, and that is the second virtue. So he lost 8 points in total, and he broke the first virtue and the second virtue, and he lost 8 points in total. This guy was angry and listened to vulgar music. I'm gonna hang on. This is is this a maths puzzle? Slapping a sergeant in anger would be the first virtue, and listening to marching music would be the third virtue. Right. So we need to look at who else has one of these books with positive merits in them. Does this guy have one? I need someone who only broke... I need someone who only broke one of them. See... Oh, okay. Here we go. Yes, I'm writing this down. I've got a pen. So, he had a secret, and he denied the existence of that secret. And he had plus 10. He only lost one each time. So, secrets and lies are worth -1 merit. Secrets and lies are worth -1 merit. So, did you tell a lie? No. Ah, terrible. What about you? Do any of you have any of these things? What about you? Have you got one of these books? No? Who else? Who else? You? Oh, hang on. Labeled a protocol as being... So he made a mistake. And he took a double lunch break. Both of which fall under diligence. So he lost 6 points total. So it's -3 for the second one. -3 for any of these. So now... right. And this guy... He did 2 different ones and lost a total of 9 merits, so we don't know which one's which. But this guy... Literature's not allowed and is -1 merit. So that brought him down to 19. And then he lost 7. Is that right? So he went down to 19 and then he lost 7 for drinking a full bottle of brandy? Does that make sense? So slapping a sergeant in anger would be -7. And then listening to marching music in his manner would be -2. Nice. Okay. All right. We are getting there. The maths problem is being sorted. So now we can look at these books and go Fanga Quinn, who claimed he had no wife, which is a lie. Which is, hang on, I'm just writing these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you tell a lie, it's -1, -2, -3, and -7. Okay, so Claimed he had no wife. That's a lie. That's -1. Had a painting depicting a naked person in his house. That is lust. So that's -7. He broke his wife's favourite teapot in anger. That's emotions. That's another -7. And he was observed spending a night with his neighbour's wife. I'd say that also comes under lust. So this guy lost 3 lots of 7 and a -1. So we got -22. What about our boy Walter Keane? Flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention. So that's lust. So that's -7. Wore ridiculous headgear at 5 public events. That's bad fashion. -2. Claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus during his ritual of ascendance. So that's lying. So that's -1. So that's -7, -2, -1 for a total of -10. This is no! Oh wait, why did I put minus... Why is it not -10? So, flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention. Unless we're counting each of those as a different one. Wore ridiculous headgear... Oh, you know what? Yeah, this one might be big maths. So, 3 times with different married women. So, that's lust 3 times. That's -21. Then ridiculous headgear at 5 events is 5 times -2, so -10. Then claimed he'd not betrayed is -1, which would make a total of -32 if we are tallying each incident. Okay, so we're very close then. Have I got my maths right? I think I have. Is it possible that Fanga Quinn... So lying for Fanga Quinn is -1. The naked person picture... Oh, the naked person might be bad art. -2 rather than lust. And then broke his wife's favourite teapot in anger is emotions, -7. And then observed spending a night with a neighbour's wife, that's lust, -7. So that would be -14, -16, -17. There we go. Okay. We are getting there. I've become a master of my new job of judging people. Lothar Richards held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests. That is indulgence. -7. Got angry during questioning and shouted. That's emotions. That's another -7. And then he got +15. So he was on -14, then he got +15. So he's on +1. +1 merit. And then we got Josh Bailey. Left his work at the tannery early. That's to do with a lack of diligence. That's -3. Drank excessive amounts of gin. That's indulgence, -7. Drank excessive amounts of rum, -7. Approached a married woman with an indecent offer. That's lust, -7. And denied 4 times during questioning. So that's 4 lies, -4. So that's 7, 7, 7 is 21. +4 is 25. +3 is 28. So he's on -28. Shocking. -20. Wait. -28. Here we go. Nice. Getting good at this. And finally... Yeah, he was, wasn't he? You're right. Horace Webb and Gideon Bell. Horace Webb has not held down a job since the new regime evaluated as 60 instances of non-work. So that's 60 times 3. So that's... Surely not. Okay. 60 times 3 is 180. Claims he works in his castle helping his servants clean it. That's a lie. -1. Possesses 15 books. That's 15 counts of literature. So that's at -30. But then he's got +200. So that's... minus... So his total minus is -211. I think. Yeah, -211. +200. So he's on -11. He's finding some redemption. Good for Horace. And Gideon Bell Wears an outrageous hairstyle. That's a crime against fashion. That's -2. Broke down in tears 10 times during questioning. That is emotions. 10 times emotions. That's 70. -70. Has refused to start working. Evaluated as 5 instances of job skipping. So 5 times 3 is -15. Rejected High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance. So that's a secret. So that's -1. So that's -85, -86, -88. -88. Okay. Something's gone wrong. So wears an outrageous hairstyle is -2. Broke down in tears 10 times during questioning. That's -70. Has refused to start working, evaluated as 5 instances of job skipping. 5 times 3 is 15. And then rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to his castle of his cousin in the Sovereign. And that's a secret, right? I'm calling that a secret, so I think we're right with him. So what about Horace Webb? Horace Webb I could easily see going wrong. 60 instances of non-work is 60 times 3, which is 180. Claims he works in his castle helping his servants clean it. Which I think we're saying is that that's a lie. Possesses 15 books. So that's 15 counts of literature, which is -15. I think that might be where I went wrong last time. Yeah, I think that's where I went wrong last time. So we got -180, -1, -15, which is a total of -196. So then plus 200, he's actually on +4. +4. Nice. All right. It's all coming together. So a certain number of years have passed since the Order Party has seized power. There was a way to check that, I'm pretty sure. Someone had something about that. Weekly Order Party of People's Tribunal number 42. I'm guessing we can identify who these people are based off of their fashion. Have you got anything about how long? Anyone got anything about how long any of this has been going on for? Anyone at all? You saying anything about how long anything's been going on? No. No. I feel like there was something. Do you have something? Oh, you know what? That's probably it. You're right. I was thinking too big. Yeah, if it's weekly tribunal number 42, so it's been 42 weeks. But then that's not any years. And we don't have weeks as an option. So let's figure out who these people are. They spread lies that my pure love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? So he's got lust and art punishments. Yes, that's Fanga Quinn. So Fanga Quinn is alive. This guy's the drinker. Who was Josh Bailey. Josh Bailey is alive. Fanga Quinn is alive. They spread lies. Oh. Such relief they decided not to push any fashion charges. Alive. That's not what he looks like. I mean, I think, based on how few merits Gideon has, I think it must be Gideon who's been zapped here. Gideon Bell. And it must be the idol that was used on him. Oh, did he lose... Did he lose his bones? How did he die? Can we look at the... I can't remember what the idol things are. Is there a... Oh. I don't want to use any hints. So what killed him then? Never seen so much merit removed in the trial. I mean, is it just that he lost 88 merits and died? He lost 88 merits and died? How do we know how many years have passed? Weekly Order Party of People's Tribunal, 1795. I mean, I could go back and look at one of the other ones. I don't know if that's required. What's your deal? What is your deal? I like nighttime, dark and full of terror. I do not fear love. Do not make me error. When you know my name, just look for my face. Did he lose bones? Is that... Maybe he did lose bones. Maybe he lost... Maybe that spell is like the bone removal spell. Maybe. What's he saying? Silence you perform your function. No. Maybe he got deboned. An article about it in the back room. Yeah, that's what... Like... I believe you. If it's in the back... Oh! This guy. Here we go. 3 years. There we go. Finally. Thank you. Good point. 3 years. Thinking... Alright, it's probably not bones. Is it merits? No. Francs? Years? Okay. Nice. We got there in the end. Thank you for that, Nikki Haku. If I'm sure that's not right, but thank you. The Order Party has seized power and now enforces the 4 maxims of virtue. The young Duke Gideon Bell was judged during the tribunal to have lost 88 merits. The High Arbiter of the party, Lazarus Hurst, used the idol to decrease Gideon's youth by 88 years, thus making him 100, which resulted in his death. Okay. This might be the last one, or it might be the penultimate one. We'll find out. The slight delay in the peaceful march to the King's Castle. Okay, this is town-wide. We have got a camp with a map. Got Belchester Castle, Blackfield Manor, all sorts of great things here. Love that. Love all this information. Incredible. We have a bust of Lazarus Hurst, the one and only. We've got some poison. Lazarus, you took 32 things from me. I demand you return them. If you refuse, I'll make the story of your true origins known to the other party leaders. At 11:30 on May the 15th, meet me at the place the idol was stolen from our brotherhood and poor Willard Wright met his death. Come along and bring proof, something personal of yours to give to the veiled woman. Tie your reply to the pigeon and release it from the cage. It will find me. We've got some notes. I'm guessing this is Lazarus's tent then. James Turner. Alistair Koch. Nicholas Maker. And David Gorin. Okay. So we've got all of his little notes about all of his little crew, including Nicholas Maker. Yes, Comrade Lazarus has not yet returned for several hours. Comrades Alistair and James have gone to find him. If they do not return, we will organise more search parties to find the lost. Has our Lazarus met his end at last? The regime has to fall. It's taken everything from me. She's got a blade, a watch that shows 2:15 PM. And Capital Route Morning Report. A newfangled insurrectionist carriage passes by. Alright, so she's spying, and she's got some useful information about people who went along this road. Here he is. Why are you not working, you worthless piece of garbage? I saw you doing the same thing I saw Lazarus doing during the merit executions. He's... Oh, it's broken. Looks to me like the idol's broken. We have a dead man with numerous cuts on his bodies. Slightly dented saber with some blood on it. And we have crossroads. Over here we have someone from the cult. I recognise that voice. It is you. Isn't it poetic you've fallen for the same trap as you did all those years ago? Straw men are your bane. An empty musket. And this is someone from the cult who is a steward. Damn you, you cunning devil. Ah. Find me in the place where we two first met. Got a dead man. Got a bullet hole. Got a newly invented transportation device. Wait, take me back. We've got a straw man with a hole through his head and a bullet lodged in the wall. A white pigeon. I admit I may have treated you unjustly after our long cooperation. I will come alone in peace so we can discuss your compensation. Is that from Lazarus? Is that Lazarus? Or is that Lazarus? What was the deal with the pigeon? Come alone and bring proof. So whoever sent... Yeah, so it could be that Lazarus is the person, is the dead person there in the helmet. It could well be. It's possible. We've got a pile of mangled and burned corpses. Everything's gone on here. An empty cannon. I think I know what happened to them. And this is where case 2 happened. So is this all the cases sort of coming together? We've got this guy again. Worry not and continue to feast wife. Nothing can stand in the way. I will kill our enemies wherever we go. An almost empty whiskey flask. Horse race. Slip. Small sword. And he, and this is the woman who was at the party thing. Dear husband, you're so brave and you've been drinking since early this morning. What will we do now? What if the evil government men find us? She's got a harp. She's got... something from Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Mary, I know where your unworthy mate is hiding you. Soon I will free you from his dirty paws and ship him to the colonies. While you are put you on a pedestal of sweetest praise, and you'll become my ideal wife. So Edmund Cloudsley is still alive, as we suspected. He's still kicking, and she's hoping to see him soon. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Mary, my uncle Edmund Cloudsley died in some robbery, and I'm rich now. Your father will see me for the man that I am. Let's marry. So that's how those two got together. Pretty sure. Oh, we've got a horse. I have some small but pressing business to attend to at the property of our late brother Sebastian, the previous Proudby steward. I'll be back later. So this is Lazarus's horse, which makes me think this could well be Lazarus, especially because of this armband which we've seen before. Lazarus has been got, I think. And then we've got this place again, where all those order rats sneaking around here. This is no good. I hope they'll just blackmail me and bugger off. He's got a knife. He's got a lemon. Various ring of keys. Dandelion room. Ada Baker's staying there. So she got away with murder then, because she's right there. And Walter Naught is there. His Ada Baker, in fact. Do you think they'll try and kidnap the king? Me and my employer are getting out of this blasted country. He's got a small key, a hand of cards. I've instructed him to arrive around 11:30. Most likely he'll be in order party uniform. If he comes alone without any backup outside, approach him. If he gives you something that belonged to the one who escaped your tonic, you may proffer him the instruction. So she's the woman with the veil. So she's part of the trap, I think. She's got a veil on, I think. Did he end up getting an instruction slip? Yes, he did. So, she met with him and gave him this, which lured him to this trap, where this guy shot him. I heard rumours you lost a cannon while gambling. Nonsense, I'm not an idiot, but real men like us could beat these order party ninnies even without weapons. Okay, we have found all the clues. Ooh, okay. What's all this? Oh! That's interesting. Right, so we can jump between cases now. That's complicated. So, who's dead then? How many dead bodies do we have? We've got this guy, who's been cut with a sword. We've got a pile of mangled and burned corpses. This is going to be quite the one, I think. So this is the most recent one. And I think we're saying, for the time being, that that is Lazarus Hurst. straw men are your bane. So this guy is a Dark Hand Steward. Which ones were the Dark Hands again? Dark Hand Steward. Walter Keane is a Dark Hand Steward. Or he is... Yeah, Walter Keane is a Dark Hand Steward. So I think that this is Walter Keane. A slightly older Walter Keane. The afternoon. Walter Keane killed Lazarus Hurst at the... What are we calling this place? What is this? That's not it. At the... This thing. Alright, let's go. The camp had a map, didn't it? There was a map. Is it the Cloudsley Cabin? Is that what it is? Cloudsley Cabin is just to the right of the crossroads. Yeah, at the Cloudsley Cabin. Before noon. Let's have a look at our dead man. He's been cut. He's got a special thing. He's got a sword. What did this woman say? What was her deal? A newfangled insurrectionist carriage passes by. We saw that. Right, that looks like a newfangled insurrectionist carriage to me. And that was in the morning. An individual in an insurrectionist uniform passes by on the new two-wheel contraption. We've seen that. 2 individuals pass on horses. We've seen... This guy is horseless. Oh, whose stamp is that? We've seen that stamp before. That is his stamp. And his name is James Turner. So that is James Turner's horse. James Turner's horse. Now, that to me suggests... We had 2 people going by on horseback. I think James Turner is dead. And the time of his death, and it makes sense that it was probably this guy who did it. Because they've got the idol. So... James Turner was killed by, what do you call him? The guy. What's his name now? This one. Big old bulge eyes. Alistair Koch. Alistair Koch killed him at, was it at the crossroads? Yes. So now, the question is, who else is dead? Because the only other dead person I see are a bunch of mangled and burned corpses. Is there an option for just a bunch of guys? Like, a bunch of dudes? Why were they here? Why were they shot with a cannon? So she met with our first dead man. I feel like I must be missing a dead body. Because what can I do with a pile of corpses? Is there any option that says a group of guys? Who's unaccounted for? So we know where he is. We know where he is. We don't know where he is. He's dead. And we know where he is. So David Gorin might be dead. There's a ship there, which apparently isn't a clue. I'm going to compare this to the last time we were here. What's changed? The windows are the same. There's a carriage here now. I feel like actually a cannon wouldn't do this, would it? Unless it was full of, like, fire or something. But what could do this is the idol. In the afternoon. Right, let's see if we're right about Lazarus Hurst. Or maybe Alistair... Right, so I think these two had a fight. They started to fight over the golden idol. Oh, they went out. So these two... What were they up to? They went out to try and do something. Instead, they found the golden idol at the somewhere, and on the way back they started to fight over it. Was the golden idol here? So that was the trap, yeah, and that thing's wearing a hat as well, so it was a decoy. So I'm pretty sure I'm right about these two. So where did they find the golden idol? Where was the golden idol while all this was going on? A slightly dented saber. A slightly dented saber with some blood on it. Oh, and the time is 2:15. Okay, yeah, cool. So the carriage goes out first. The carriage goes out first. Do you have anything on you? Comrade Lazarus has not returned for several hours. Comrades Alistair and James have gone to find him. Yeah, true. So they're trying to find... Lazarus Hurst, who has apparently been out for a while. And if they were going to find the idol anywhere, it must have been at that house with all the burnt bodies. Which is called... Blackfield Manor, I want to say. Yeah, Blackfield Manor. At the manor. Nice. Okay. So, Lazarus Hurst must have gone to the manor. He went to the manor. And he was going to kill someone, would be my guess. So he got that note from the from her. Yes, so Lazarus met with her and she gave him the instructions that led him to this place. Where did he meet with her? So, who's Mary? Why do I have Mary down here? Is that her? Yes. I'm going to check Lazarus's notes on people. Also, what's this? Bust of himself. Lazarus, you took 32 things from me. I demand you return them. If you refuse, I'll make the story of your true origins known. At 11:30 on May the 15th, meet me at the place the idol was stolen from our Brotherhood, and poor Willard Wright met his death. Yeah, that was the tavern, but it wasn't early in the morning. Is my concern. Because 11:30 is not early in the morning. So what is... That woman had something about early in the morning. A newfangled insurrectionist carriage passes by. Oh. So who was in that carriage? Because this was Lazarus Hurst. So who is this? Who went to the manor? Because the carriage ended up at the manor. So maybe it wasn't Lazarus Hurst. You know, the thing that's bothering me is how does this guy play into it? He's been drinking since early this morning. He's been drinking since early this morning. Oh, did someone try to kill Peter Batley? Was Batley the target all along? You know what? Goran is a carriage driver. So Goran... Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. I was thinking, like, we don't know anything about Goran, but David Goran went to the manor to... So Goran rocks up to the manor. So let's say, for example, like, is it possible that our boy Peter Batley has a confirmed kill? No. Okay, never mind. It was worth a shot. Unless Mary... Is her name Mary Keane? No. What is her name? Mary... It's Mary something. Mary Richards. Could Mary Richards, whose name is not an option, have done it? No. Although, she would be Mary Batley now. No. Okay. Never mind. In the afternoon. Right, let's get this one done. In the afternoon, Lazarus Hurst went to the cabin to kill Walter Keane. Oh, it's not going to let me... Because Walter Keane had tried to blackmail Lazarus Hurst to get back his... Oh, to get back his years. To get back his lost years. Just let me reuse Lazarus Hurst. Why wouldn't it let me reuse Lazarus Hurst? Unless Lazarus Hurst is alive and it was David Goran. Where's my Lazarus gone? Yeah, is it possible that... Nice, okay. So that's not Lazarus, it's Goran. Okay, alright. That means then that in the afternoon, it wasn't Lazarus Hurst, but it was Walter Keane who killed him. Walter Keane killed David Goran at the cabin. So we could have been right, except no, David Goran didn't die there. Nicholas Maker is alive. Peter Batley is alive. So David Goran could have killed someone in the morning. Then who would he have killed? Unless Walter... Alistair Cock and James, we're right about these. It has to be Lazarus. You reckon Lazarus is dead at the house? And Lazarus died this morning? Because the idol's there. Yeah, that makes sense. So he took the idol with him. Yeah, so... Oh, was it Peter Batley? Incredible. So Peter Batley killed Lazarus Hurst at the manor. Lazarus Hurst got killed in the morning. So it's not David Goran. Lazarus Hurst. So Lazarus Hurst went to the manor. Yeah, so Lazarus Hurst went to the manor to... So we've used kill. It could be that he wanted to kidnap. What's his relationship with Peter Batley? What do we know about Peter Batley? He's got no opinion about him here. When did we last see Peter Batley? I feel like we last saw Peter Batley here, right? And Peter Batley has always wanted the Golden Idol. So maybe... Yeah, Peter Batley, the kid, he's finally done it. So this is not Batley's carriage. So Lazarus Hurst is the one who came to the manor. And we know that Batley was drinking and there's stuff here. So Batley was already here. Maybe he was trying to kidnap Mary Batley. Because Peter Batley wanted to have the Golden Idol? To kill Mary Batley? I'm clutching at straws here. So Peter Batley killed him using the cannon, I guess. Because it must have been with the cannon. Cause... Oh, and you know what? You know what? Batley has on him a betting slip. I will kill our enemies wherever you go. You're so brave and you've drinking since early this morning, but what we do now... Yeah, so the clues are all here, I guess. And here's the thing. The love letter from Batley says, I would fight a tiger and win. just don't know if Peter Batley's on Lazarus Hearst's radar. You know what? Maybe Peter Batley went to the manor to kill Lazarus because Lazarus wanted to have the wife. Wait, hang on. What if? So one thing we know about our boy Lazarus is he doesn't have a girlfriend, right? What if he wanted to kidnap Mary Batley? Because Lazarus Hearst wanted to have the ideal wife. There we go. So before storming the king's castle with the Order Party, Lazarus Hearst led his men to Sebastian Cloudley's old manor in the hope to kidnap his long-lost love, Mary Batley. I wonder if there's a message to her that we've missed at some point. Upon entering the manor, Lazarus and his troops were confronted by a drunk Peter and the cannon he'd won while gambling. Peter blew up Lazarus, breaking the idol, and then fled the scene with Mary. Is that the end? Yeah, I want to check. I want to check how we were supposed to know about the long lost love. It looks like I mean, I definitely didn't think it was all going to end with Batley. Who would have thought that Peter Batley would be the hero the world needed? I imagine not many people made this game. Yeah, is this a 2-person project? 3 people? 4 people? 5? 6 people? Alright. A few people made this game. Well, I enjoyed it a lot. Well done to them. That was a lot of fun. It definitely scratched the itch of that was missing after playing Return of the Obra Dinn. Ooh. An epilogue. The grand vision of a better world. Witness the power of the idol in my hands and swear loyalty to Lazarus. Wait. Oh! I'm such an idiot. So Lazarus Hearst is Cloudsley. Right. They do look very similar. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I didn't clock that. They do look pretty much identical. I swear it. Yes, with these powers, I'll do whatever is necessary to build a better world. Nice. Yes, my lord, I swear my loyalty to you and will undertake whatever tasks are required of me. Thank you for dealing with all the challenges related to my death. Keeping an eye on our new ally. I do feel I've impressed on him not only with the Golden Idol, but also with my vision of the ideal society. Okay, alright. It's all making sense. The man is not breathing. Donate to a veteran who lost his leg in the noble defense of his homeland. Did he kill that man? So he probably killed that man with his idol. We got an update on what this idol's doing these days. That looks like the age spell to me. The only one thing is worse than imbeciles. Imbeciles with power, the rich and noble, have a social club with me. Walter Keane has told me more about their organisation and practices. If he tells the truth and they're truly devoted to their religious... Oh, okay. Alright, so he infiltrated the Order because he knew there were lots of powerful people in it. All citizens are equal. All citizens must serve society to the full extent of their abilities. Therefore, it must be led by the most virtuous citizen. The king should step down. The aristocracy must be abolished. Based. The more virtuous citizens are better able to serve society. Therefore, virtuous citizens deserve to gain more time on Earth. Okay, alright, it's adding up. I get it. This is unbelievable. My pure Mary is joined in matrimony with that clown, Peter Batley. She must have done it out of grief for my death. Such a hasty decision goes against every principle of virtue. Therefore, I consider the marriage null and void. She will come to me once she learns I still live, but for now, my duties in the service of humanity take precedence. Society must be built on the principles of virtue. Only thus can it become truly great. Look at the Lemurians. Thousands of years ago, they had an empire on the banks of the seven seas. Blah blah blah. The empire crumbled because it was built on pleasure seeking, not virtue. Okay, he's got a plan. You got to credit a man with a plan. It's another big one. Okay, right. Right, okay, alright. Okay. So we've got a whole summary. Brotherhood Master something something and something something helped blah 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 seize power in the country and enforced the rule of virtues by taking something away from common people. Oh, by taking youth away from common people and giving it to the... What's it called? What's it called now? What's the thing? The Brotherhood the Order Party to Order Party members. Right before the final showdown with the uncooperative king, Edmund Cloudsley wanted to kidnap Mary Batley, but was shot by Peter Batley, and the idol was broken. And the Brotherhood Masters who helped him take power helped Edmund Cloudsley. I'm not putting Lazarus because that's not his real name. The Brotherhood Masters in question were Koch. I think it's Alistair Koch. And the other one, James Turner. Nice. During one attempt, something was captured and blah blah convinced him to join his side. So it was Walter Keane who was captured. And Edmund Cloudsley convinced him to join his side. So then Edmund Cloudsley, this is why he wasn't recognizable. Edmund Cloudsley used the idol to make himself young and infiltrated the Brotherhood under the new identity of Lazarus Hurst. Then he claimed to be the Griffin Reborn and transformed the Brotherhood into the Order Party. Oh, he used the idol. Yes. Sebastian Cloudsley left the idol to the Brotherhood in his will, but then who got accidentally stabbed? It was Willard Wright. Stole the idol. I think it was, yeah, David Goran on Edmund Cloudsley's orders. There's something... The Brotherhood wanted to recover the idol. Who was meant to recover the idol? You know the one, Walter Keane. To punish Edmund Cloudsley. There we go. Alright. We did it. I'm the best to ever do it. That was a good game. I enjoyed that. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'll pop this VOD on YouTube. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed on YouTube recently as well. See you later. Thank you and good night.